What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So, coffee, obviously, number 2. In the studio this morning, got a few bits to do. Got to tidy. It's a hot mess. I'm going to show you the outside of the studio because to give it a little bit of a refresh. I've got more jobs to do, including paint the walls in here. Need to freshen up. Probably look at some new lighting solution because it's just not enough when I'm tattooing. And then we've got some bits and pieces to finish off, but that will come later. I'm going to cut to me showing you try again. I'm going to cut to me showing you the outside of the studio with a refresh. So here it is. Alright, so that's the refreshed outside of the studio. It's a beautiful morning. The sun's shining. Got some jobs to do. I've got some more bits to do inside for tarting up and a refresh. But main thing today is just clean. Got some designs to do. Well, stencils and a design to do for tomorrow and the next day. Well, sorry, today and tomorrow. I've also got a new pair of fresh white slip-ons to attack with a biro and do something on. Got to figure out what I'm going to do. But first thing is, tidy up. Finish my coffee, tidy up. Then get on some design stuff. Let's go. Alright, so I've got a simple one this afternoon, just like a fern, some bracken, like you find in the UK, just to fill a gap. And then I've got to do some cherubs, start that tomorrow. So I need to sort that design out. So yeah, let's we'll sort the fern out, get that out of the way, sort tomorrow's design out. Let's get on it. Alright, let's find some reference. So we're going to do... You know what we need to do? We need to go to... This is what I use for a lot. I use for a lot of stuff. Envato Elements. It's a subscription-based platform, but you know, from my experience, it's got a bit of everything on there. So it's got audio, video. As you can see, like video, stock video templates, music, sound effects, graphic templates, graphics, fonts, you know, you name it, it's on there. So it's kind of a go-to for me because I use it for doing when I'm doing logos and stuff, but also when I'm doing my tattoo design. So we want to look in photos for this one. Quite like that one. I'm just going to download that one. It's pretty solid. That'll work for what I need. What I am going to do. No, I'm not going to do that. So all I'm going to do. I'm going to go in Procreate A4. Add the photo, which hasn't saved to my freaking. Try again. Save image. There we go. Try again. Insert that photo. Just bump it up a little bit. I don't need any of the background. You'll see when I come to with the tattoo that it's nothing too wild and taxing. So just do a duplicate just in case. And then all I'm going to do is take out saturation, bump the brightness up a little bit, because I'm probably just going to do like a negative space for this one, but I will use the curves and just make it a lot more high contrast, basically. And then really simple, I like to use the technical pen on inking with like a green over the top. Just make sure you've got a separate layer. The amount of times I have done my stencil on the same layer of my image, and it is infuriating. So yeah, anyway, we won't mess about. I won't bore you with the whole process, so we'll just smash it out real quick. Okay, so I started doing that by hand, and I was like, why am I doing this? There's a much easier way of doing it. I do a lot of my stencils on Photoshop, but what I have started doing recently is using this Ghostline app. Again, another subscription-based thing. I believe it's like £5 a month. But sometimes for like what these things cost versus your time saving, I will go for the time saving. On this particular stencil, I'm not going to gain anything really from doing it all by hand. So yeah, just you can see for yourself. It's just knocked it out in seconds, and that's all the information I would have done by hand anyway. So saved myself a good 30 minutes of messing about. So yeah, that's that one done. Simple, sorted. And I'll export that. Just save the image. Just double check that it's saved, because technology. There it is, sorted. Real simple. Just going to duplicate that layer so we've got the original layer without any dramas, mate. Filters. I'm going to go in the neural filters. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to zoom in a bit so you can see. And then if you go down to the bottom, it's got photo restoration. So obviously, you've got to have a Photoshop subscription, or an Adobe subscription, which is, ain't cheap these days. The difference in that straight off the bat is night and day. I've got nice clean edges to work with. Tweak it a little bit, see if it what difference it makes. That's probably like a bit too far, right? Don't want to look like freaking aliens, but photo enhancement, just nib that a bit, see what it does. Yeah, I mean that's done a pretty solid job of tidying that up, I think. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then I'll just go in and do a couple of adjustment layers. So like levels. Zoom in a bit. So I want to soften it up a little bit because that's like the contrast is pretty high. I mean, you know, we want some. We'll get like a decent amount of the contrast in where we've got this like real dark stuff, but we don't need anything too crazy. What I'll probably do is I'll make some adjustments to the hair because it's obviously just like layered in. I'm going to do another adjustment layer, just doing like brightness and contrast. Just bring the brightness. Sometimes I actually like to knock the contrast down a bit. So knock the contrast down a bit there, it's like soften the whole image up a bit. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how that looks. I might just tweak those levels a little again. Where's it gone? Yeah, maybe not. And then, so do another copy of that. And then, it's gone off here. Oh, apparently it's frozen, mate. Jolly good. Oh, there we go. And we're going to go on the filter gallery. Of course. So we're going to have to go image mode because this filter doesn't always work unless it doesn't work unless it's in grayscale. But you know, we've done enough like to make sure the image look like it's workable there. And so I'm not too worried about that. We'll duplicate that layer, filter gallery, and use the photocopy filter. Well, I use that, won't I? And then you just use the burn tool to like bring back out the. But if I'm totally straight, I think I'm going to do this stencil by hand on this occasion. I don't always like the results, so I'll just save that one. I'll also do like an export as a PNG because I don't need a whole Photoshop file to do in Procreate. Sorted. Done that. Look, I don't want to bore you with the stencil. Stencils are, yeah, they are what they are. So I'll just do that, knock that out. But then that means I'm all prepped for tomorrow. All I've got to do then today is just set up and yeah, take you along for the ride. Right, exciting delivery. This not so exciting, boring. This guy, engraver. Play around and see what we can do. I see some other tattooers that do it, and I thought I could do that. Easy, mate. Famous last words, right? So.
Big win, 3-0.
Scored a goal. Scored a bloody goal.
Yeah.
It's the tattoo, isn't it?
Yeah, must be.
Alright people, it's a new day. So yesterday was finishing up Julian's tattoo. Now Julian is a professional footballer here in the UK. So if you're American, soccer, he plays for a team for Burton. I don't know what the actual official name of the team is, but this plays for Burton. Is it Burton Albion? I don't know. Let me know if I'm right, wrong, whatever. Let me know in the comments. Anyway, so that was the second session on Julian's piece. After the first one, he went away and he had a game at the weekend and he scored a goal. So congrats, Julian. That's sick. Hopefully, I'll see him again soon. He's a super nice guy. Today, one of my returning clients come in for some more lettering. So yeah, I'll take you along, show you some bits. It's nothing wild, just a little small one on the wrist, but it should be fun nonetheless. Yeah, so check it out. Folks, that's a wrap. Lettering done, cherubs done. I've got no more tattoos this week. Still half term, so hanging out with the kid and the family. I think I've got some cool projects next week. I'll obviously fill you in. I'm trying to arrange travelling to do some guest spots around the UK. So if you know anybody that's got a studio, or you've got a studio yourself and you'd like to have me come visit and do some tattooing, please hit me up. Let's figure it out. Tattoo raffle is still live on my Instagram for a little bit longer, and then once that's done, I think we might do a giveaway. So check it out. Check me out on Instagram. It's Andy Wharton Tattoo. There's a link on my channel page or in the description. And yeah, if you want to like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, please feel free. It really helps the channel. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.